Hey guys, Doom from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you a bit of a mixed episode because I'm going to be starting this video by talking about the news that has just come out about RWBY. So, RWBY Volume 10 has officially been announced that they are in early stages of writing and planning. Kerry Shawcross earlier this week came out on video on the RWBY YouTube channel with a video saying that they're writing it, which means they've officially got the green light to say this is going ahead. And because of that, I figured it was finally time for me to catch up on the RWBY content that I've missed. So, these came out almost a year and a half ago in, what was it, March of 2024. The extended epilogue animatic, which is what I'm going to be reacting to today, and the 4 episodes of RWBY Beyond, which I will be releasing one episode over the next 4 weeks. And the issue with that is the first episode of RWBY Beyond came out the day that I left for my month-long holiday in 2024. And 3 days after I got back, the Rooster Teeth site shut down. So I was gone for basically the entirety of its lifespan. And when I got back, I was sick. So I wasn't able to record it in those 3 days. Since then, I have found a couple of ways to watch the episodes. Like, there was the Rooster Teeth archive that I could have watched it once the site was shut down. And I was thinking, oh, I'll do that when they announced that it had been partnered with Viz. The problem is that when they partnered with Viz Media, RWBY got taken off the RT archive. Then I'm like, oh, I'll just wait till it comes out on, like, for distribution and that, because if they own it, they're going to make it available. It was only available for purchase, and I couldn't find RWBY Beyond anything. And so, now, Kerry's come out that they're working on Volume 10, and they're now got RWBY streaming, not purchasable, streaming on Hulu, which is not available in my country. That is the only place that it's streamable. I was going to use my VPN to purchase a Hulu account just so I could watch this content. And then I find out, hey, RWBY Beyond isn't even on there. This epilogue is not on there. So what I've had to do, and what I could have been doing from the start, is it's available on the Internet Archive, archive.org. Like, all of RWBY's on there. This bonus epilogue, the initial epilogue that they showed in RTX. I don't remember what year that was. I did watch that before starting this video. All of it's on there, except for the first 2 episodes of RWBY Beyond. So when it comes to doing that, I'm going to have to get them off of the compilation that the Mercury Black YouTube channel made, where it's just all 4 videos in one. But I do have the full 15 minutes, 28-second video of Kerry and Eddie talking about the epilogue. So, I don't know how this is recognized as a media source or everything. I can find. I can finally switch back over to my RWBY settings. I haven't touched these since I got my new computer. That's why I had to figure things out with the microphone. And yeah, hopefully this should play the way it normally does. So let's get this started in three, two, one, go. Now, I did watch the shorter version, the 6 minute one, before this. So I do have that fresh on my mind to compare. The issue is it doesn't have like subtitles. Seeing Ren break down hit immediately. So this was how they survived the sandstorm at the end, I'm guessing. That sounded. It was. I was about to say that sounded familiar. That's a sandworm, isn't it? I forget what they're called. I forget what the bats and the little scorpion ones are as well. I need to reread the books. Ooh, yeah. She's an actual orphan. I forgot about her lightning stars. I'll admit, this has been the first year that I haven't rewatched the show, and that's because I haven't been able to find it. I wasn't really expecting a narration explanation of what was going on. We did have a theory during the ending of Volume 9 that there was going to be an episode from this point of view, just covering everything that happened while they were gone. Yeah. Interesting. I don't remember that being mentioned in the book. Mm-hmm. Seeing them all fight together, like the fall of Beacon, is both enjoyable and worrying. Is this Ren? Yes. I do like the fact that he could check on people's emotions. Was that Hope You Two Are Well for Oz and Oscar? That's that's the Crown, isn't it? They're the only group like, oh god, Tyrion. That that could have been Gillian and Mercury. I thought it was Mercury initially from the hair, but then I'm like, nah, Red would know who he is. But they definitely did show Tyrion. And now we're getting to the original animatic. Long live the crown. Was that Port and Oobleck? It's weird to hear a new voice in Port. So is that saying she's gone? Gone? Well, he did say go and look for help, but and is that going to be the actual voice for Port? I do find it interesting that they expanded upon even what they initially showed. She always did make me laugh when I saw this. The people leaving with Marrow and Fiona's granddad. Was it granddad or dad? The one voiced by Gus. Hmm. Scar and the Don't Come Back. I wasn't expecting the integration of the original animatic into this. So it is nice to see the differences, but they don't really have anything to say about these parts. Not that I had much to say about the first half, really, as you just saw. It's just nice hearing the characters again, getting their thoughts on everything. I am a little surprised. Like we got we got Michael back for this. We got a new voice for Port. Um I don't remember if any of the others spoke, but I'm a little surprised we haven't seen any sign of Rumpel or Theodore. Then again, we still have I don't know how much longer. It might end at the same point, so maybe another minute or two. We never did get clarification as to what that was that flew overhead. It most likely is Amity, but it looked like that's what Port and Oobleck were flying in on. Or was that the shape of a Veil airship? I don't actually remember what those look like. One thing I will say that always bugged me about this is it doesn't even really react to them arriving. There's no like shock or anything. It's just, oh, hey, you're back after seemingly months. Like, he doesn't even run to hug his nieces. I also, I know they said at the start, really, this will be the day. I know they said at the start that Oscar and Oz were both fighting the merger, um, and that it was getting harder, like debilitatingly hard for them to keep apart, and him being collapsed near the memorial overnight, or at least him collapsing there. I I thought initially when that first animatic came out, the original 6 minute epilogue, that them walking out and Oscar using the cane, I thought that was saying that him and Oz were at least partially merged. Like they could still semi switch, but there was a lot of Oz in when Oscar was talking, and there's a lot of Oscar when Oz is talking. I figured that's what it would be, like a 2/3 joined, which it still very much could be, but it could also be that they're still barely separate entities. Um, I wasn't expecting to get Coffee and Sun and Neptune in this. I do I do wonder where Sage and Scarlet are. And then again, asking where they are would then question what about the other students from Shade? What about Xanth and Theodore? Like, if you asked where Summer, you've got to ask where everyone is. I know they couldn't really fit everyone in. Like, maybe some of those background, like those shots with the big crowds you were going to see. Surprised to see Neon. That does mean that at least she made it out of the trenches in Atlas, which gives good hope for the rest of Funky. Um, Seeing the sulfurfish, the ravengers, and the sandworms, the vacuum, not really exclusive, but mainly at Vacuum Grim. Like, we got to see their designs. Previously, we'd only heard about them in the books. Everyone has definitive proof that maidens exist. Like, even if there was doubt about Ruby's message and everything, what Winter did to protect everyone, even for that brief time, from the Ravagers, for Funky and not Funky, for Coffee and Sun and Neptune to arrive, just proves to Atlas that yeah, this is real. And then she goes on to help the people of Vacuo and Atlas. Um, I wasn't expecting the narration, as I said. The like those who remain. Then again, we did. It does make sense with the original animatic we got, how that was half winter, half crow, showing them the duality of reactions to losing your family. Someone who's sinking deeper and deeper, blaming themselves in that, and someone who has just found a support system, just overcome their darker side, trying to be more optimistic about things. Like, that makes sense. So I guess it's not that surprising to have the rest of them be the other half of this animatic. I was just surprised. I'm a little surprised we didn't get Emerald actually talking. At least I didn't notice her talking. So yeah, we didn't get any coffee talking. We got Michael. We got, I don't know who plays Neon, but she spoke in this. Yeah, really, this. The irony of it is that this. Let me just bring up the because I do have the actual RWBY episodes open in another tab because I was double checking that they were all there so that I could do a rewatch of the show now that it's been announced that they're working on the next chapter. This video was let's go 15 minutes long, and the actual animatics started a minute in. So 13-minute episode that does pretty much match season 9 episode 9, A Tale Involving a Tree, which is 1534. That was the shortest one of volume 9. There weren't any volume 8 that matched it. Volume 7 episode 10, similarly. Like, this animatic was the length of an episode. Now, they did say that this was meant to be episode 12, and we only got 10 episodes. And they also said that episode 11 was meant to end with someone approaching them at the memorial, and we didn't know who it was. So, because I don't know if this would have flowed as an actual episode. Like, yeah, there would have been more to it, putting it up at maybe the 18 max. So there could have been more like joining shots to help things flow between. We did get to see some of the transitional scenes, specifically with Oscar into Ren, how he collapsed, and as it was panning over to the monument turning to night, you could see Ren appearing in the frame. So I guess it would have been a very weird episode if it was structured like this. I also wonder what happened with the other lost episode of 11. Like, that, obviously, at least some of that got worked into episode 10. But yeah. But all in all, it did feel like I was back watching RWBY. And I do hope we get at least some of this. Like what Eddie and Carrie said at the start. Like, this isn't going to be the start of volume 10. Some of it may be reworked, but yeah, because they didn't see the monument or anything at the end of volume 9. So they didn't get approached by Raven for her to teleport them. We still don't have any explanation of, like, when all the ships arrived, when Amity got back, how Amity got there. Like, I feel like that could have been explained. When I'm talking about how there would have been more scenes to, like, transition, I'm talking mainly about how there was that shadow that passed over Crow and Robin, and then it just cut to Crow at the top of Shade. So, like, even if that was just confirmation of, hey, Amity's the thing casting the shadow, and then it could have panned up to show Amity and then across to Shade to show Crow, while also doing some, like, lighting shifting to show time passing. Like, but yeah. When they added in the Port Nublex scene between the shot of them at the memorial at the start of Winter's narration and cutting back to them all leaving, I thought there was going to be more changes to the original animatic. I don't know why that one specific scene got added. Like, or more, I don't know why that scene got taken out of the original. Was it just to not show that Oobleck and Port were arriving? Did they not have a voice for Port yet? Um, were they not entirely sure on how things were going to have happened in Vale, so they didn't want to settle on anything? I'd like to know the story of that. But yeah. Anyway, I've been rambling because I'm back with Ruby, and yeah, I'll be back next week with the first episode of RWBY Beyond. It's apparently called Junior Detectives, so that's going to be a Sun and Neptune if it's anything like Ruby Chibi. In fact, they brought that into the actual show. Because I'm assuming RWBY Beyond is canon. Like, I know it's a different art style and that. And the fact that 4 episodes fit within 20 minutes, is it canon or is it a sort of chibi ish? Like, not using the chibi art style, but sort of like that? I don't know. If it's chibi, then I still haven't seen all of that because of the whole Neon Combini thing. But yeah, anyway, like I said, I'm gonna end this one here. So with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.